What's going on YouTube, and welcome back to another video. So guys, today we are doing a small beginner's guide for Xdefiant. This is a new free-to-play game by Ubisoft. Came out earlier this week. It's a first-person shooter. It's crossplay, it's multiplayer of course, and also it's available on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and also of course on PC. Now the first thing that I want to discuss is the different factions. This is something that you must know when you start out. There are 5 of them. The last one, DedSec, I won't discuss it in this video because you don't unlock it when you first start. You either have to purchase it or you have to get 700,000 score in total. But each faction has a ultra, 2 activated abilities which you can pick from, and then also a passive trait. So right now we're going to take a look at those because this is definitely something that you should know. The first faction is the Cleaners. Here you have the option between the Incinerator Drone or the Firebomb as a activated ability. The Firebomb is decent in my opinion. It's basically a Molotov that you throw on the ground. It creates an area around you which is on fire. And then of course if an enemy gets in it, they will get burned and they could die. The difficult thing with this ability is that you kind of have to predict that an enemy will be passing by. You have to anticipate it, or you have to be really fast when they approach you. But in general, it's not really a ability that I like to use too much. The other one, the Incinerator Drone, is much easier. It's basically a mini napalm strike that you launch. So if you know that there is an enemy, for example, hiding behind a wall, you can throw it at them or you can launch it and then you could get a kill very easily, or you could damage them and just finish them with your gun. The passive trait for the Cleaners faction is Incendiary Bullets. This will increase your damage, but it will also decrease the range of your weapon. The Ultra is a flamethrower. Very good close range. You can get a lot of kills with this if you use it in the right place. So for example, if you're playing domination, someone is capturing the B flag or a team is capturing the B flag, you can go on it with this Ultra and then you can definitely get a lot of kills. The next faction is the Phantoms. Over here the abilities are the Mag Barrier and the Blitz Shield. The Mag Barrier is one of my personal favorites. So this is kind of a personal barrier that you can throw on the ground. It will stay there for 10 seconds. You can shoot through it, but enemies can't. It's very good in narrow spaces or when you want to capture a objective. Also it protects your team as well. So like I said, definitely recommend this ability. The other one is the Blitz Shield, which is kind of just the same as a Riot Shield. You can kill enemies by doing a melee attack. To be honest, I don't use this too often. Of course, it will protect you, but it's not one of my favorites. The passive trait for this faction is that you have more health. So instead of 100, you will have 120 health, which is of course really good. The Ultra, in my opinion, is best for capturing objectives. You can also get a couple of kills with it. You will have a plasma shield around you which will protect you and your teammates, so perfect for capturing objectives or defending something. And then also the close range gun, which is really close range, so most of the time I don't really get a lot of kills when I'm using this. But of course, if you are in a hot zone, if a lot of people are around you, then you can also get a lot of kills with this Ultra. The next faction is Libertad. This is kind of a support or healing faction in this game. The first ability that you have is a Bio Vida boost, which is just something that will restore your health, so definitely not bad. The passive trait for this one is that you will always be healing and also the teammates around you will always be healing. So normally when you get damage in this game, it takes a while before your health will be restored. But with this faction, it's always restoring, and after a while, just like with the other factions, it will restore fully in a faster way. The second ability is called El Remedio, and this is just something that you put on the ground. You can see the gas coming out of it, and for 25 seconds long, everyone that gets in this gas from your team, also you included of course, will get healed. The Ultra for this one is something very similar to the El Remedio. You put something on the ground or you create an area basically, and all your teammates that are in this area will have 200 health and they will also restore health much faster. So again, something that is very good if you want to capture an objective or something like this. The last faction that I will discuss in this video is Echelon. So over here, 2 abilities. The first one, the Digital Ghillie Suit. This will turn you invisible. The more that you move, the more obvious it will kind of become. So you're not completely invisible. Other players can still see the effect. But if you, for example, stand still, no one will see you. And if you're trying to hide, for example, if you're low health, it's definitely something very good. The second ability is the Intel Suit, one of my favorites as well, together with the Mag Barrier. It's also used a lot by other players, and it basically scans the area around you for 15 seconds long, and it shows you the locations of all the enemy players. So very good. I definitely recommend this one as well. The passive trait for this faction is that no one can see you on the map. Doesn't matter what they use, you will always be invisible on the map. The Ultra for this is also very good. The sonar goggles, you can see all of the enemy players. You have a pistol as a weapon, so you cannot use your own weapon, your regular weapon, but you can still get a lot of kills. So the Echelon faction with the Intel Suit, and then also of course the Ultra, which is always the same, is definitely one that I recommend to you guys in the beginning. Right now in Xdefiant there are 5 different game modes that you can play, so let's go over them really quickly as well. The first one is called Escort. In this you have to escort a package across the map. Both teams will have to do this, so you have 2 rounds. In one round you have to escort, in the other round you have to defend. And the winner is basically either the team that does it the fastest, so if both teams manage to escort the package across the map, so if they get 100%, then it's the team with the best time that will win. And if they don't manage to do this, it's basically the team that gets the furthest. Along the way there are also some checkpoints, by the way, 2 checkpoints, and then we have the finish. If you reach a checkpoint, the spawn locations will change and you will spawn basically closer to the package, which will make it easier to escort it. So you kind of gradually move across the map in this game mode. If the package stands still for too long, it can also move backwards. If you want to stop this, you simply have to get close to it again so that you can start escorting it. The next game mode is called Zone Control. This is very similar to Escort. It's also the same maps. Again, you have to gradually move across the map and get to the other side. In this one, you have to capture zones to get to the other side. So first you have zones A and B, which you have to capture. Then you can move to zone C, which is a bit further. Then if you capture zone C, you can move to D and E, which is kind of the other end of the map. Again, if you capture 2 zones or 1 zone, depending on which stage you are in, the spawn locations will change so that you spawn closer to the next objective. So very similar to Escort, but instead of escorting the package, you just have to capture zones to get further inside of the map. The next mode is called Domination. This is the exact same as Domination in Call of Duty. So if you know this, this is the exact same. But basically you have 3 zones. You have to capture these zones, you have to protect them as well, so you have to make sure that the enemy team doesn't steal it or that they don't capture it back. And then each second you get 1 point for each zone that you're holding. So most of the time you will have one team that has the A zone, one team that has the C zone, and then you will fight over the B zone, unless the teams are of course not really equal, and then it also could be that you just have one team which has all the zones. At 750 the game will end. The next game mode is called Occupy. This is very similar, or actually the same as Headquarters in Call of Duty. Here you have one zone which changes locations. You have to hold this zone, you have to capture it for your team, and then you will earn points. So only one team can earn points at the same time. The first team to get 250, they will win. The last game mode is called Hotshot. This is kind of similar to Kill Confirmed with a twist to it. So when you kill a player, they will drop a bounty or a tag. You have to pick it up to earn points. And then also the player that has picked up the most tags or bounties in their current life, they will become the hotshot. You have to pick up more than 3, I think, to become the hotshot as well. But when you are the hotshot, you will earn more points if you pick up a bounty. You will also get a performance boost, which will kind of make you run faster. And also, of course, you will be visible to other players on the map. If they kill you, you will drop 3 bounties, so you kind of become a more valuable player to kill. That's basically it, guys, for the modes. The last thing that's maybe also interesting for Xdefiant is the weapon system. So the weapons that you use, they also have a level. The more that you play with it, the more that you will level up. And by leveling up with a weapon, you will unlock attachments. But that's kind of very simple. The loadouts in this game are also very simple because you don't really have perks or anything like this. This is basically the factions, which I really like, to be honest, because I don't really like it when things become really complicated in first-person shooters. So guys, that was basically it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments if you guys want to see more videos about Xdefiant or other guides. Doesn't really matter. Just let me know in the comments. Make sure to like, subscribe, check out the Discord in the description, and peace out, you guys.